Alright, we got game 2 here in the Scrim series between SG and SynC, and I just checked, and I believe there is also going to be a game 3, so that'll be fun. At least going to have that, and obviously more Scrims, more fun. Game 1 obviously going SynC's way in about 15 minutes, as SG picked a pretty greedy early win, early burst damage, let's just take this game in half an hour type lineup, and that didn't work out too well for them. So they died just at 4 seconds after the 15-minute mark, 15-4 or something like that. There's literally like a 15-minute CC. They're just like, we're getting crushed. The other guys have Dark Lady. He's farming 415 gold per minute. Yeah, this is not going to work out for us very well. So going into game 2 here, hopefully SG going to provide some more late game potential with their lineup, and Pestilence with the first pick obviously going to do just that. More of a semi-carry than a true carry, but even in the initiator role will provide some late game potential, and nice to see, because usually that means, yay, we get to see a team that won't concede in 15 minutes because they know they've already lost. Anyway. Sorry. Doing stuff and misclicking things. There we go. Stuff down, and this is why I'm not talking about anything right now. But anyway, bans are out. Bensington, Rhapsody, Tundra, and Ophelia, the exact same bans as the last time. As once again, Swindle's just feeling like no Bensington, no Tundra for Probusk, and we're gonna let Empath slide through instead. So emphasis on Parasite also not coming through either, as they go Pesty, Torture, Tempest, much more typical lineup, as we're going to provide some AoE damage, going to provide some push, going to provide some late game potential with this lineup as compared to the previous game's lineup that was Bubbles, Parasite, Gauntlet, Heavy Magical Burst, Wretched Hag, and actually SynC figuring, no, we'll do that actually. Running the Parasite, Bubbles, Empath lane, so real strong Magical Burst, real strong early to mid game potential, should be some solid lanes for them. The issue is, as it was for SG last game, if you lose the laning phase, there isn't a lot of room to recover. I mean, you're not going to go from a poor laning phase with Bubbles and Parasite to a really good late game. Like, that's just not going to happen. You probably can't even transition to a good mid game. So trying to recover a game when you pick a lineup like this is extremely difficult, and for that reason I'd say it's a little greedy. Now they have 2 picks left, obviously, to address their late game potential. But if they don't do that, then they could suffer the same fate as SG did last game and turn a poor laning phase into a loss. Now, if you have a good laning phase, you can pretty easily turn that into a win. So it's nice, and it'll get you something quickly, but that's sort of the problem. Like, picking a lineup that says we're either going to win or lose this game in half an hour isn't necessarily a really good thing. You want to be like, okay, this is a lineup that's going to win. Maybe it'll take a half an hour, maybe it'll take an hour and a half, but it'll get the victory, because that's what you're supposed to be going for, not necessarily a short game. Well, oh well. I don't know. So last game, obviously SynC providing a lineup that was, I think, a little more solid, a little more complete. They were generally a stronger team. This game, the worm has turned a little bit. Pestilence, wow. Pestilence, Torture, Tempest, providing push, providing AoE team fight, providing some late game, providing strong initiation potential. They've got gank. They can do a lot with these heroes, and they haven't even picked 2 more yet, so that should just be complement to the ones they already have. It should be an increased efficiency of this lineup. Hellborn, meanwhile, they need some late game here. They need some team fight. They are probably going to need to push a push hero or 2. The initiation is pretty solid, and the gank is good. They have plenty of magical burst damage. They don't really need to fill those roles, but we'll see. I don't know. Flint's actually banning out the Pharaoh. Very nice of him, because Hellborn could have used Pharaoh. Probably not going to have him, as that pretty much guarantees they're going to put the level suicide. But obviously Pharaoh, pretty strong counter to Tempest, and will not be available to the Legion side this game. That one going on top of the bans on Puppet Master and Kraken. So obviously Puppet, more of the right-click carry potential hero, and does pretty well in the solo bot lane. Not going to be able to use the Tempest, Torture, and Pestilence initiation and lockdown to turn into a whole bunch of kills from Puppet Master. Kraken, obviously more of a versatile hero, but one that could certainly fit the Legion lineup well. Tempest Ultimate and Kraken Ultimate on top of each other, obviously very powerful, and we'll see. It would have seen, you know, a lot of danger there for the Hellborn side. Gauntlet, Master of Arms, and Grix being banned out for the Legion, so initiation potential for Gauntlet to support Master. As interesting, because they already got the Parasite and Empath, so they could have gone the Carry Master, no doubt, but probably would have required solo laning it, as we almost never see a short lane Master of Arms. And that Wretched Hag pick suggests to me that we're going to see another carry here, because it could be an Empath mid with an Initiator and the Hag in the solo top with Bubble Suicide. I don't think Empath is as good in the mid lane as she is in the side lane, just because of how the wall works and the potential to get walls on heroes. The mid lane is much more open, so it's a lot harder to trap people inside of like a little area or force them to walk in the wrong direction, because there's so much more movement in so many directions. With the river crossing it like that, you know, you really have 4 directions in which you can travel, compared to a lane where a lot of the time you only have 2. You can go up or down or left or right. You can't go up, down, left, right. So with the wall in middle, a little less effective. We'll see how that plays out for them. But I honestly wouldn't be surprised to see them pick up another late game hero here, or maybe not even a late game hero, but perhaps a mid game carry, Corrupted Disciple, so they're all both on the board. And maybe a Witch Slayer there from SG, so that's also pretty interesting, because it's not going to be a support Witch Slayer, that's going to be a farming Witch Slayer. And actually Chessie will play it, yeah, so Torture going to be on the Z-Freak. And the Legion lineup is pretty solid here, lots of initiation potential, stuns out the ass. We haven't seen Limp play too much of Madman, I don't believe. Sorry, I'm fixing something else. And making sure everybody's in the right spots. And we'll see. Actually, Chess is going to be on the Madman, so Limp is on Slayer. Now I'm confused. I assume they're going to swap those back and put Chessie on the Witch Slayer. Chronos will be the last pick here for the Hellborn side, and that's pretty solid. That's pretty much what I expected. I think, yeah, Flens is going to be playing that Chronos, and we're going to be seeing a top dual lane of Chronos and Empath with Keizu. I would suspect Probusk on the mid-hag and the suicide bubbles, but maybe not. Mind games, I think, going out from both teams. Nope, it is going to be Keizu on the hag, so we'll see if that actually turns into a suicide hag, or if it's... And it will, in fact, be Chessie on the Madman. So Limp going the Witch Slayer. Is this going to be aggressive dual lane? That's what's going to happen here. So it's going to be Pesty and Torturer top, going up against the Empath Chronos lane, and then Witch Slayer is going to be middle with Chessie in the bottom. Filling stuff out as Legion are sort of running this up. Nope, Chessie's playing Suicide. That's what's happening here. Never mind. This is weird. We need to see Swindle in the bot lane as the carry? SG switching some stuff up. Word of Rev goes down there. Will spot out the Word of Sight, as there it is. And pretty easy counter. Madman over here scouting some stuff out. Does not have a second word, but going to try to force the Hellborn team to think that, oh yeah, I just totally placed a ward in this camp. I totally did, you guys. Absolutely 100% did that. Chessie's really committing to this bit, it appears. He's going to try to pull the wave here, but there's three heroes up to the side, and he's not going to get it. Yeah, going to stalk away. Definitely the correct decision there. So it will be Pesty, Torturer, middle, and Limp on the solo bot. That's a new lane for him, really. And actually, it's going to be, so yeah, it will be Keizu in the Suicide lane, as well as Probusk in middle. So this is some interesting stuff coming out here from both sides. I love to see it. Obviously, because innovation is fun. Laning information, and now I'm done, and I can actually talk about the game and the lanes that we are seeing here. So no doubt middle lane should be going in the favor of SG as they're running the duel versus the solo Bubbles. Bubbles probably not going to get caught out and killed by this lane just because it's really hard to do that, although they are looking for him and not going to find him. It's just like, hello, here I am. That's going to take quite a bit of tower damage here, thanks to the creep block. Bot lane Slayer versus Hag. This is going to be interesting because if Slayer can keep up the harass here, once he hits level 6, that's a dead Hag. Just she does not have enough burst. She doesn't have enough life to survive the burst damage from Witch Slayer. And I like that. So more and more auto attacks, please, here, Limp. And there's a nice stun actually going out. And Hag will be forced to blink away. Now she does just have tangos. She got a lot of them. No, in fact, she doesn't. Sorry, 2 left. So this is going to be a little bit of a deadly lane here for Hag. Nice stun there as well, and Limp going to continue to harass here. I wonder if he's going to go Mana Drain. Yeah, he did in fact go Mana Drain. So, interesting build. I like it. Just figuring, hey, I'm going to continually harass with this stun. And, make sure I box out Hag, plus I'll be able to keep my mana up with the Power Drain, and not bad. I do think that's an underrated ability, especially in the laning phase. It's really, really valuable to be able to keep up your mana like that. Power Drain is now level 2, so he's just going to keep going for this and continually burn this Hag's mana. And now Hag is going to be in a lot of trouble, has no mana regen, so no blink available right now. Obviously, Slayer does have a stun back up in a second. And there's going to be one more, couple auto attacks. Not going to be enough, actually. She will be forced out of lane at this point. We'll take a pot, and actually has her bottom delivered, so that's going to be really helpful. And that's going to be a pretty serious counter to this Mana Drain stun build from Witch Slayer. But now out of bottle charge, just going to have to look for a rune here. Ryushin rune is bot. Oh boy, if she can grab that, that'd be huge. Top lane, well, haven't talked about it too much. Empath and Chronos, no surprise, as that's pretty much what I figured with the Hag Bubbles pickup earlier on. They were going to go defensive lane up top with the dual lanes on the solos in middle and bot. Hell's taking a stun there, obviously will be totally fine. Chronos I'm pretty much free from up here, 315 gold per minute, and Hag will get this regen rune on bottom saying thank you. Actually, we'll take it a little early, I think. But I guess with Slayer going to hit level 6 sometime soon. Nice, going to knock that off there a bit, but still getting some solid damage out, does Hag. And Kurgan over here going to deliver some tangos to Witch Slayer. Nice stun there. So just continually see this, but Hag now with a full bottle is like, yeah, I can dish it as well as take it. And Slayer's going to have to be really concerned about his mana conservation here, because if he wants to get this kill at level 6, and I assume that's what the plan is, stun, actually they're going to miss. Nice burn, but he's going to have to be careful about these stuns just because Hag still has 1 bottle charge left, and at this point it's trying to man up. Stun there going out as well, 1 more auto attack, blink away, not going to be quite enough to be able to follow and chase and get the kill. So for almost 5 minutes in here, relatively even game. Pause goes out, obviously we have bottle skip, so who cares. Takes your last bottle sip, 4 minutes in, and no rune on bottom, in fact rune on top either, as it was controlled by Legion. Invis rune picked up by Bessie. And Hag is going to discover this in about a second. Slayer is now level 6, obviously has access to that silver bullet, so Hag gonna have to be real careful here. Obviously a bullet in the face will kill her at this point. Up top, Redman putting the barrel down will drop though as Chessie comes in, and Try Scissor 5, not quite able to do so with the Parasite gank. Support getting the last hit. So SynC off to a strong start here as well in game 2. Just under 1,000 gold, 1,300 experience lead. As Tempest in the woods on Minets, farming at 322 gold per minute, and Zlapped at 322 as well. So both junglers doing extremely well. The issue is Limp on this bottom lane has been so focused on keeping Hag down, and has done a good job of that. 152 GPM on this wretched Hag. Not doing very well, but at the same time, Limp is just not farming particularly well. Stun out there won't hit. So, Hag level 4. I believe with the stun, which is level 3 now, and the bullet, that should be a death. Power drain going off there. There's one auto attack, and the stun. Yep, easy kill. So, just waiting for that. Meanwhile, off to the side, actually, Provost gets dropped as the Tempest Elemental Void comes out, and that's going to be an easy kill. Torch, Pestilence coming in here. Parasite, excuse me, coming in. Yeah, nothing I can do there. Tempest Mana Pot can be cancelled here. Is level 6, looking to push mid tower perhaps. And I like this. We see a lot of, I've said this before, but we've seen a lot of passive Tempest play recently where people are not using the pushing power of this hero, and in this game, SG saying, yeah, we're going to. Nice impalement coming out there from Torture as well, doing plenty of damage to this tower. It's dropping real fast. Cliff of Fortification goes off to the side as Gelfield hits nothing, so nice sidestep there from Swindle. Will actually get the Shell Surf on him, but he should be okay. Flight is active. Parasite coming in, trying to do something, but it's not going to happen. Tower's not deniable quite yet, but a strong push here from Legion. That should happen. Hag and DD Bubbles trying to stop this. Support times out, and I'm going to take a pause, and he'll be coming right back. Nope, second pause. Perhaps having some issues here? Yep, there he is. So Hag off to the side looking for a counter jump here, presumably when the Kelp Field, no, 45 seconds till the Kelp Field comes back up, so that's probably not a great long-term strat. Witch Slayer on bottom lane getting total free farm as Hag has vacated this lane, 124 GPM, so I like this counter Hag strat, man. They saw Hag was there, they saw Hag was going to be played by Keizu, and I think once they figured that out, they were like, you know, wherever Hag goes, we're going to oppose her with Witch Slayer, go to this power drain, and stun build, and just harass the crap out of her, eventually get a kill and force her out of lane, and as a result, Keizu is the lowest farm on her team. Z-Freak the lowest in the game at 93 gold per minute, obviously. The life of a support. Mid lane going to get pushed out here by the Tempest Elementals and the creeps. We'll put the tower into deny range, and they're going to have to be real careful about this. Deny will come out from the Hellborn side, no surprise there. Parasite coming with the Minotaur, trying to get a kill on Z-Freak here. We'll get the stop off, but not much else. And Z-Freak will be fine. So mid tower is denied, but killed, so that's probably in favor of SG. Top tower getting pushed a little bit here by Flensmeister on this Chronos. As support has basically said, yeah, you got a free lane up here. Jesse's not really doing much either. You compare the Suicides here, and they're suffering pretty hard. Jesse 165 gold per minute, and Keizu at 120. Farm stacked up pretty much on Flens and Parasite here, as the Hellborn side basically have nothing outside of them. Meanwhile, Legion, Tempest, Pestilence, and Witch Slayer all farming pretty well. None quite as well as Chronos, but nobody's doing bad. That's an awful joke. Special Illusion off to the side here. Not really doing too much, but we'll see. Witch Slayer Silver Bullet is back up. Hag's level 5, 587 gold per minute. Has 10 charges in the power supply, but a stun Hex combo should once again kill this Hag. And there it is. There's the stun. Here's the Hex. Couple auto attacks. Easy kill. So. That's what happens when you got a Hag that does not have very much health. 587 health. Obviously, Kelpfield going on here, Swindle Mouse. Parasite looking for the setup here. Nice stun by Swindle. Trying to avoid the Kelpfield. Will continue to do so. Face Hug Leech combo off the side. Shell Surf plus the Song of the Sea. One doesn't hit, I think, but Swindle Mouse still will drop. Elemental Void onto 2, though. Bubble's definitely going to drop. Nope. Chronofield coming in on the back, and Flensmeister's here to save the day. They'll pick off Z-Freak. Now Minot's in some trouble. Nope, there's a stun onto Parasite, plus the Hex. Going to be a pretty easy kill. Essence Sling going out on Limp, so they're going to get a counter kill. But the jump by Hellborn, pretty nice there. Obviously the Chronofield stopping the Tempest ultimate. That definitely would have had a kill on Probusk if that didn't happen. But Limp with a port in, able to slightly save the day. I don't think Minots would have died there, but getting a counter kill onto Parasite, obviously a very positive endeavor, as he is one of the 2 heroes on Hellborn that's actually farming decently. So probably a favorable trade for Hellborn. Meanwhile, up top, Chessie perhaps in some trouble will just stalk away and be totally fine as Empath was not there. It has a Rev Ward, but did not drop it. And at this point, resource advantage in slight favor of SG off to the side. Hag looking to get something? No. Blinks away. He's only level 5, man. Kazu's just not having a great game. Limp, on the other hand, level 10. Situation's rough here for this wretched Hag. We'll be hitting 11 soon on Limp. Obviously have access to that level 2 ult, level 2 cooldown, which is also very nice. And there it is. So we'll be cooled down here in about 35 seconds, and Hag... I mean, this is like the time where Hag could actually be in this lane. Instead, we'll be stacking Aegis here. And I like the innovation. I like the strat. We haven't seen Carry Witchslayer in a long time. Obviously, he was one of the more popular supports around the time of DreamHack, really. DreamHack winner. And for good reason, I think. I mean, the lockdown on this hero is so powerful. And as we see more and more hard carries in this game, I think he might continue to make a comeback, as Hex is really good against that type of hero. You know, you put all your farm and stuff onto that one hard carry, you're like, alright, he's 600 GPM, he's going to carry us to victory, and then all of a sudden you see a Witchslayer come in with Hex and stun and lock him down for 6 seconds, and you're like, well, shit, now he's dead. Because the entire other team dropped everything that they had onto this target that could do nothing about it. Carry Slayer, obviously, has been popping up occasionally, but not really something we see very consistently at all. If to the side, Calfield's going to be taken here by Pestley. He will also take the Chronofield. Chain Reaction's not going to hit anything, but Limp Stun there does. Going to try to turn this around. Facehug will help finish off Swindle Melons. Nice hit on Flensmeister. Will take the trade there. And looks like Chessie coming in here will be able to pick off support. That's going to be a 2-for-1 in favor of Legion. Now trying to chase down this Parasite. Jump back in from Witchslayer. Doesn't have enough mana to do anything, though, and Parasite will be able to away Bubbles off to the side, actually going to be found by Chessie, who has barrel roll in a couple of seconds, has stock available right now, and will not instead choose to chase Robusk. That'll be the end of the engagement. 2-for-1 in favor of SG, as they lose Swindle Melons, but take both Flens and support. Obviously, they will take that any day of the week. Just Swindle for Flensmeister at this point is definitely a good trade for them, as Flensmeister is most of their late game here. And with the awful, awful start, to be honest, by Kazu, then he's going to pretty much be all of their late game. Normally with this lineup, it'd be like Kronos is the primary carry, Red Shag is the secondary carry. One of them needs to get a lot of farm, but it doesn't really matter which one. The other one can just do okay, and we'll be good. We'll be able to take this game late. We'll be able to win. But Kazu's not even close to okay at this point. 158 gold per minute is just awful at 14 minutes into the game. And substantially behind not only her own teammates and Bubbles, Parasite, and Kronos, but her opponents. And 4 of the Legion side is that her actually out farming them. That said, of course, Chessie not doing very well either, 181 gold per minute, not having the greatest time. Kazu's big thing, of course, is like, man, I can't deal with Switchslayer. Off to the side, Bubble's going to not take the stun, actually, as he disjoints it with the Shell Surf. Well done. 2 seconds left on the Witchslayer ultimate. And obviously has access to the portal key now, so that's nice. And big. Kazu and Probusk off to the side here in middle lane. Running around, obviously no vision. Hellborn, or Legion do have a ward up here, but not going to spot anybody. Counter ward going down there, I believe, is in range of that ward of sight. In fact, I'm sure it is. And they will, in fact, counter it off. It's like Kelpfield going to go here on a Z-Freak. Limp have to jump back in here if they want to get a counter kill. Not going to happen. And Z-Freak, just a little too much burst damage there to survive. Wanting to go with the counter ward there, but hello. That's what the Skank Squad does here on the Hellborn side. Them plus Parasite, and it's like, There you go, nice counter ward. And it's like, man, I'm dead. That was a lot of damage very quickly. Limp showing up here, they're like, yeah, I don't want any part of that. Blink Hex, obviously an extremely powerful combination. Bot tower gonna get pushed in here as Tempest is coming in to finish it off, already pretty low. Will definitely be a tower kill. Off the side, Empath inside Chronos, plus 2 ports coming in here. Actually, Minot's running into the Chrono field there. They're going to try to stop this, not going to happen, and Minot's is now in a lot of trouble. Will drop as well, so push down here from Legion's side is going to be thwarted. Towers in deny range should be easily denied as the Hellborn bring every single one of their heroes, and Minot's trying to get the stun, I believe, on the Chronos there, but end up walking right into the Chrono field, so that was not a great initiation or counter initiation for SG. His Lapland's Parasite 360 gold per minute here, so he's farming particularly well. Did elect to go to the Codex build, and I believe should have level 2 of it at this point. And really, 15 minutes, so the level 2 Codex plus the Facehug Leech combination with Facehug level 2 is quite powerful. He'll be able to kill everyone in this Legion team, perhaps except for Pestilence. Stock coming out here, they're going to try to chase him down here. Barrel rolls there as well. And the chain reactions, they're going to use a lot to stuff to do there, but here comes a Witch Slayer ultimate, and you're just going to get shot in the face. So that's what happens. Stun, 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 baby. Barrel roll, stun, stun, hex. Like, not much you can really do about that. It's just something that's going to happen to you. Chronos in middle lane will get jumped out here by Witch Slayer and stun, presumably. Just enough for the Graveyard Stun after the Mana Drain, and that's going to be a nice, easy kill. Actually, a Courier dies as well. So this is going to turn into a mid-tower push, it looks like. And they might be able to get this. Power Supply, Mire Totem, Homecoming Recipe. That's a bunch of stuff on the ground. That's pretty hilarious. Mid tower definitely going to be denied. Off to the side, Limp jumps before the Kelp field. Takes the Essence Link. Wall is obviously available as well. Will drop off the Limp a little bit. He's in some trouble here. Gonna try to get away. Will do so. Support now in some trouble. Gonna try to jump inside. Something not gonna happen. Pestilence off the side, locking down bubbles as well. Limp falls, meanwhile, the Khezu. But so does Probusk. And the Legion side gonna try to get out here. An easy jump onto Chessie thanks to the Dust of Revelation. Ends up being a 2 for 2. But the tower kill, obviously, and the earlier pick on the Flensmeister make it a very positive engagement for SG. Now going to try to push bottom tower. And won't really do so. Just going to get a little bit of chip damage onto it. So SG sporting a 4K gold lead and just under 1,000 experience lead here at 17 minutes into this game. Much more competitive than last game, to be sure. But my notes on that Tempest, 415 gold per minute. Limp is at 375. Swindle's at 330. Obviously, both of them have portal keys at this point, so the initiation potential from Legion is, let's call it otherworldly. Absolutely fantastic. Multiple stuns on portal keys, plus the blink, plus the hex, I mean. And then, of course, the follow-up is there as well from Torture, Tempest, Madman. All relatively mobile heroes. Pushbook on Tempest helping that out as well, as he's going pretty heavy into that utility build on top of the Astrolabe and Ring of the Sorcery, so he's like, yes, I will help you, team. That's the obvious, just pretty much that portal key. Limp, and the portal key, Mire Totem, and Neophyte's book, so there'll be a second push book there. Chrono Field is big deal. So they're trying to make sure that if somebody gets caught in the Chrono Field, they have the push books to get them out of it. Or at least maybe to mess with Chronos, who knows. Empath off to the side. Invis here on Witch Slayer. Easy kill there. Oh god, support's still alive somehow. There we go. Dust of Revelation goes out. Will spot out this Madman. Chronofield goes off as well. Codex is there. That's going to be easy kill onto Jesse. Oh god, he's still alive. Why is he still alive? Haggard to blink in here. Will be in some trouble. Takes the Hex. Stun going to be up as well. And that's going to be a death on Khezu. So, why is Jesse still alive? That was ridiculous that he survived that. Pestilence still looking for a jump here. Will actually get the jump onto Parasite. Bubbles is here as well. They're going to continue to chase this. Barrel does not hit. Jesse going to have to be a little careful here. Stock coming out. And it looks like they'll be able to run away. No, yeah, portal key back up in 2 seconds. Bubbles running away. Shell Surf will be enough to get him out of there. So the entire Legion team, obviously the chase potential is just so huge. I'm going to top off his mana. It will be a top tower push, I think. As most of the Legion side is, nope, yes, no, yes, no, yes. Tempest coming in, but his elemental's already been used, and they're farming out the woods here. So maybe that's what this plan is. Let's just take their camps, and that will be very effective. It's happening. I'd like to see a top tower push here from Tempest and Torture and possibly other people, but doesn't look like it's going to happen anytime soon. Obviously, Z-Freak dropping wards all up in this jungle. Red ward here to make sure they can't see. Parasite will get caught out here. Glacial Blast there as well, and the stuns are just all in his face. Easy kill here on Zlap. Don't even need the ultimate from Witchslayer as he holds it, and will still have it for the next engagement. Just stun, 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 stun. And they're looking forward to the weekend. Bot lane, meanwhile, Flens actually does get picked off over here. There's the stun, and we're going to see a Silver Bullet here in a second. Yep. Rewind, man. Nearly got him out of there, but the jump potential from SG is just insane. I mean, Witchslayer and Pestilence together are kind of ridiculous. Glyph goes off there. We'll slow this down, but they're still going to get the tower kill. Tempest will be totally fine as well. They're not even going to counter this, so Hellborn had a bit of a spot here. 6k experience, 8k gold down, and Flensmeister, from a solid start, is now at 340 gold per minute. Not too effective here, obviously. Keizu getting back up there at 242 GPM, so he's recovering, to be honest. Like, this isn't bad. Word of Rev is the Legion's side, so they won't be able to see Chessie here. Support off to the side. We'll put the Essence Link down, but nothing there. Kelpfield goes off as well. There's the wall. Gonna be a lot, actually. Limp comes in here as well. We'll see if they can do anything about it. Support is in a lot of trouble, but so is Limp. Gets beaten down by Parasite. Chessie is spotted by the dust, and that's going to be 2 for nothing. So Hellborn with a nice response there, and Tempest will run right by this Word of Sight. Gets a Leech and Glacial Blast go down, though. And I think without Limp, they don't really want to fight this. Keizu has support inside her. And Wall going out there, Minus is in a lot of trouble. Takes the Leech there, Shell Surf combination as well. Song of the Sea coming in. We'll see if they can counter this. Chronofield on the background into Pestilence. We'll see what he can do. Haunt is still on Tempest, but they're going to turn this onto Pestilence. Are they actually going to need kills here? Stop still available. That's going to happen. Sender's DC'd. I don't know why. It's like, okay, Swindle will drop. There goes Z-Freak as well. Maya top to the side. Still has stuff available. And Hex there going to stop the portal key from Bubbles. So he will drop. Yeah, sits in the Meteor. Will be totally screwed. Zlap is getting trapped in the woods. And Manage Rain out. Easy death. And Swindle actually popped back. And so did Limp for that matter. So they turn that around a little bit, get a couple kills out of it. And they're going to turn this into a mid-push now. Both Zlapt and Probusk have no buyback. Mid-tower is obviously dead already. So I'm not really sure where they're going for this Kongor. Kongor. Yep. Gonna be Kongor. Pushing out mid, obviously saying, alright, we're going to see you guys coming, and we'll try to take a Kong here. Word of Revelation, I believe, means that Hellborn knows this is going on, but they might not be able to spot this. Or stop it, I mean. This is just dying fast, man. I would assume we're going to see a token on Limp. No, it's going to be Swindle. Oh, Limp? Yeah. It's going to be Limp. Limp picks up the token. Says I'm level 16. I need that not dying thing, because if I do die, it will take a long time to come back. Parasite continuing to level the Codex, has level 2. Now that's it, really? What? I guess he went Ghost March on top of that, plus he's been buying dust and that sort of thing. A little surprising. Chessie on bottom up to 300 gold per minute, so he's recovered pretty well. As well as Keizu's recovered, Chessie's still doing a little bit better. Flynn's obviously at 342 gold per minute. Just having a decent game, not the greatest, especially considering his start. It's really not that impressive. I mean, he was in the short lane up against the Suicide Madman with the support Empath. So this is sort of not even where he should be at this point. He should be well over 400 gold per minute. On the sides, lap on this Parasite. Gonna get jumped. There's everything. And bye. Obviously, with a 55-second cooldown and ultimate from Witchslayer, it's like, yeah, we're just gonna keep using this. And actually, they will jump on support, as I was like, yeah, Limp's not there. Gelfield goes down, gonna try to stop counter initiation. Bubbles is here, gonna be in some trouble. Will take the stun, well set up there from Limp, an easy kill. Provost drops. Empath also in a lot of trouble, puts the wall, trying to live, not gonna happen. So Chessie picks up double tap, and as a shrunken head on top of that, and he will be doing pretty good. Double damage rune and haste, is that what he's on right now? Wow. And I think that the spectators are right. This is going to be a base push, and this could be game. SG real far ahead right now. 10k in both golden experience. This is going to be easy tower kill. No buyback on anybody. 15 seconds. This is definitely going to be Rax. Off to the side, they will get the jump here onto Wretched Hag. Chronofield goes off, but it's not going to catch Pestilence. Is he going to be able to get the kill here? Goreproc just enough. Wow. And there goes the CC vote. That's going to be it. So, game 2 here, going to SG, as they've done quite well for themselves. Flensmeister, for some reason, jumping back in after the CC vote. And just that limp, man. Crushed Keizu in bottom, provided such strong initiation potential, continually kept up the ganks, and pretty easily turned it into a win. You also got to consider Minots at 500 gold per minute on Tempest. I mean, Barrier Idol, Ringer Sorcery, Astrolabe, Pushbook, like that's a utility man. That's a guy that's going to keep your team alive, keep them full of mana, keep them awesome. So, we'll play SG here in game 2, and we'll move on to game 3.